Good afternoon, Mumbai. Thank you for inviting me, Dr. Bhatia. I'm delighted to be here for my first time in Mumbai, but thankfully not my first time in India. I was here in 2010, and I was here to... I fell in love with India in your country, and I was here on a polio NID in Delhi. And I'm delighted to say that 2 months after my visit, it was the last reported case of polio. So I was thrilled when the country a couple of years ago was officially classed as non-endemic. You've probably worked out by now that I'm a Rotarian, and I have been since 2009, and proudly the youngest in my club, and last year serving as the youngest president in our district. After India, I got a taste for anything philanthropic. And so I went on to, with my club to support our next project, which was to provide clean water in a small village in Peru, undertaken by Water Mission International in 2014. That village had 200 families. They had never had running water before, and they had taken their water from a dirty well. And 1 in 10 of their children in that village were dying of poor sanitation. Now, through our work there, and with the help of Rotary Foundation, no one dies of dirty water. And I was very, very pleased to visit the country a couple of years ago to see our work. You can see that on the left-hand slide, them taking their first water from the clean well. I was a photographer for 20 years, but in my early 30s, I knew I wanted more. I wanted to give more and have a purpose. And joining Rotary certainly helped me get a taste for doing good. So I decided to do something about it, but from a slightly different angle, by rewarding organisations, like the event that is here today and over the last few days, by rewarding organisations for doing good. So I launched the National CSR Awards in the UK 3 years ago, and I'm very much looking forward to the awards tonight. So that was a little bit about me, but my main focus on the talk is to share with you quite a personal story, actually, which happened to me several months ago, but with a direct link to how one global company has taken its first leap, the first leap, into changing its industry for the better. But also do it and be more profitable and at the same time more responsible. Before I go on, I do need to highlight I'm not a medical professional because I'm talking about GSK, so I don't work for them. Or indeed, I'm not a CSR professional, I actually just run awards. So please hold off on the challenging questions if you have any at the end. So I'd like to pose a rather shocking question to you. It might wake you all up a little bit. Has anyone in the audience ever died? No? No waving hands? Thank God for that. I didn't have an answer for anyone if anyone had put their hand up. Well, 8 months ago, a few weeks after my 2016 awards, which Dr. Bhatia attended, I did. I'm still here. It's not a figment of your imagination. But I'll give you a little bit of background first. In my late teens, I was meant to put that up earlier, I had amoxicillin almost constantly for 9 months, waiting for wisdom tooth operation. In my early 20s, again, several times I was given amoxicillin again for what my doctor called viral infections. Well, most of you probably know in the room that antibiotics aren't going to work for viral infections, it's for bacterial only. I was completely oblivious to the risks. I was never warned of them. Why was I given them? And why wasn't I warned? And why am I telling you all this? Well, 8 months ago, I went into hospital for a major hip operation, and that experience changed my life forever.